Thank you for taking time out with PSOA. I am Sean Johnston, and today we are going to be focusing on training tape week number 3 for NFHS football. At the end, remember, if you enjoyed the content you're about to listen to and watch, subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. And with that being said, let's get to the plays. Play number 1 is pregame. In pregame for NFHS, we got a couple options. Option number 1, officials, you can be out taking snaps, taking those mental reps. If one team leaves, the whole crew could leave the field. But if the crew does stay, the side that has 3 officials, we should be on the 30, 40, 30 for 8-person, and we should be on the 40, 50, 40 for 11-man. The other side, we should be at the 30, 30 for 8-person. We should be at the 40 and 40 for 11-person football. When we're talking to coaches in pregame, the perception is we're too friendly with one coach over the other coach. When we're all standing together, it just does not look professional. So remember, if one team's off, the whole crew could be off. The whole crew could be taking snaps or stand appropriately at the 30, 40, 30, 40, 50, 40, or the opposite, 40, 40, or 30, 30. Perception becomes reality. We have a goal line play here. And I say this a lot in our training sessions and on the field. Our judgment is important. We want to get calls right. But from an overall control of the game, confidence, crew credibility, it's our communication after a tough judgment call. So this is 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. And as we play this, we have the ball carrier short. And here's the ball carrier. The ball carrier was turned. The ball never touched the goal line. And these officials are coming in. We should be killing the clock if we definitely know our judgment is short. So not with our raised hand, because that's now saying it's going to be the next number down. So since it was 4th down, we have clock killer. Once this calling official comes in with his arms killing the clock, the rest of the officials, since it's a clock killer, all officials should be killing the clock on 4th down and short of the line to gain or short of the goal line. Really, this is a scoring play. We have to communicate strong and clearly what the players achieved. Defense stopped them. Offense did not get the ball to cross the goal line. Stop the clock, then everybody stop the clock. Point 1st down the other way. This is going to be an example of a bang-bang play of interference or no interference. And the philosophy is, if it's a bang-bang, it is not pass interference. So that would not be clearly before the ball arrives. This contact is as that ball arrives, he makes contact to cause the incompletion. So this fits under the bang-bang theory. If it's bang-bang, it is not pass interference. Good no call by the back judge. Kick high in the air. We're looking at the point of attack here. And this is going to be the key block and play. Do we have a grab? Do we have a strict? And did it prevent the opponent from making a play on the runner? And does it have an impact on the play? Though it is a slight grab of the arm, that small grab restrict of allowing him to make a play on that runner. So it impacts the opponent and a clear impact on the play. That should have been an offensive holding foul. Compare this pass interference with the previous pass interference of bang bang. This is not bang bang. This is clearly before the ball arrives. And notice the down and distance. We got third down and a very long way to go, definitely over 15 yards. So there's the pass. There is the contact clearly before the ball arrives, and that defensive back is not playing the ball. Correctly called, pass interference. The next play, it is still third down in NFHS football rules. Yes, the coaches are asking questions, why is it not a first down? And yes, the fans are screaming at the officiating crew, automatic first down. But remember, the only automatic first downs in NFHS rule set is roughing the passer, roughing the snapper, roughing the kicker, roughing the holder. So good defensive pass interference call here by the back judge, clearly early, and a good job by the crew enforcing the 15-yard penalty, and it remains third down. Next clip, we see a trend going on here with linebackers hitting receivers. It is legal for linebackers to block receivers until that ball is in the air. However, it becomes a personal foul when it's beyond what is necessary and if it incites roughness. So we're going to take a look at this outside linebacker. After the snap, just blows up that wide receiver down to the ground. So rule 943G, unnecessary and excessive. Can the linebackers block a wide receiver? Yes, but not to that level. This turns into a run play. All right, so we're going to enforce the 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. All right, and it will result in a first down. Yes, it's a personal foul, but it's only 3rd and 4. So it's not an automatic first down. It results in a first down. Another personal foul, hurdling. It is illegal for a ball carrier or any player to hurdle over an opponent. If the player is laying on the ground, it is legal to jump over the opponent laying on the ground. But we're going to see here the defender has 2 feet planted and jumps right over the defender. That is a hurdle. All right, 943D. Hurdle, enforce the spot of the foul as the foul's beyond the previous spot and the run ended beyond the spot. So it's very important that we get that flag at the yard line where that hurdle took place. This is another example of a linebacker taking out a receiver that is excessive and unnecessary. So there's the middle linebacker, receiver coming across the middle. And you could also argue that that's a blindside block, right? Because the vision focus of the receiver was back on the passer. Though it was from the front, that's not where the receiver was looking. So there is no football reason for linebacker to take the receiver to the ground. Unfortunately, injuries do happen in football. So this defender does everything we ask a defender to do on a passer. Lower the target hit zone, get the head to the side, wrap up tackle. And sometimes the passer will still get injured. As we play this out, he finishes the tackle and the leg just gets caught in a very vulnerable spot in the grass. So according to the NFHS rules, since there's no second action on this passer, it's one continuous tackle. The defender did do what we asked him to do. This is not roughing the passer. It's unfortunate if that passer did get injured. But from an officiating standpoint, we're just going to have to explain to the coach. Coach, the defender lowered his target hit zone. He performed a wrap-up tackle, head to the side. The defender did everything legal to the NFHS rule set. We like to thank coaches for sending in play clips. So sometimes it's the crews who send in clips. Sometimes it's myself evaluating my crews on games. This one was from a coach asking what is the rule with forward progress and what is the rule with when do we stop the clock and when do we keep the clock running. So we're going to talk about forward progress. We see second quarter, 2 minutes and 34 seconds left in the half. Right here. And we have the 5x5 philosophy. And what that means is when there's 5 minutes left to go left in each half, we're going to correct clock errors that are over 5 seconds. And we have to have a different threshold of inbounds versus out of bounds. Yes, early in the game, if it's near the sideline, when in doubt, we're going to roll the clock, forward progress, or tackle was inbounds. But not at the end of the half. Under 5 minutes, each team has one possession left. We have to do it by the rule book. There's no expanding that threshold to keep that clock running. So we're going to have a run to the sideline here, to the bottom of the screen, to the line judge. So we're contacted at the 39-yard line. All right. However, that ball carrier keeps running forward out of bounds. So the appropriate spot here would be the B 38-yard line, because that's where the ball crossed the out of bounds line as he was moving forward. And since he was moving forward when that ball crossed the out of bounds, we should stop the clock on this. We should not be winding the clock. Now, I will give the official credit. The official credit is he places the ball at the 39-yard line. So in his judgment, the forward progress stopped where that ball carrier was first contacted. But in reality, this is the importance of reviewing film. Right? What did we see on the field versus what did we see on film now? So when we see that similar play, we're going to officiate it to a better level. So once again, since the ball carrier was moving forward near the out of bounds sideline, when he was going out of bounds, stop the clock. Correct ruling on this would have been placing the ball at the B 38-yard line and stopping the clock at 2 minutes and 29 seconds, and it'll be the next number down for the offense. Couple hits on a defenseless receiver, defenseless player. This was a new rule this year. Even though it's an incomplete pass, that receiver is going to remain a defenseless player throughout the process until they can defend themselves. So is that hit legal? We have a little crouch. We have the head to the side. We have the timing element good right after the ball went off his hands. This is a good legal hit in NFHS football. Not above or excessive or unnecessary, as that defender stayed low, went through, didn't go upwards, didn't leave with the crown of the helmet. He was trying to disrupt that receiver from catching the pass. So this is a legal hard hit on a defenseless player of a receiver. However, we got to keep on dead ball officiating. We do allow a spontaneous reaction after a hard hit, but we can't do it at the expense of our opponent. So this flex over the opponent is now the foul for unsportsmanlike conduct. If he were to go away from his opponent and flex with his teammates or go to his sideline and flex, we get it. It's an emotional game. You just made a big hit. But you can't do it at the expense of the opponent, standing over the opponent. This is unsportsmanlike conduct. And if we do not get this as an officiating crew, there's going to be retaliation. There's going to be animosity. And you're not going to have an environment that's going to be safe for student athletes. So legal hit on the defenseless receiver. UNS taunting an opponent by the defense. 15-yard penalty that results in a first down. Say it was 2nd and 20. It would be 3rd down because it's a dead ball foul. 3rd down and 5 would be the enforcement, not an automatic first down because it is not a roughing foul. Similar play, another hit on a receiver. So it's all about the timing. It's all about helmet to helmet, and it's all about the crown of the helmet. Unnecessary roughness, targeting. Nice, legal, hard hit once again. The defender is doing exactly what we asked him to do. Lower the target hit zone, hit with the shoulder, get the head to the side. Is it a hard hit? Absolutely hard hit. But it was necessary to break up the play, to perform a tackle. There are still going to be hard hits in high school football. All right, so we had a lot of discussion over this play. This is a double overtime game, top 10 matchup. If you haven't done it as a crew, take time to review the overtime rules. So when they do happen, it doesn't surprise you. A lot of times when we're surprised as officials, that's when we make mistakes because it's hard to think on the spot. So NFHS overtime rules. Each team gets a series at the 10-yard line. Only the offense can score. So if the defense has an interception, fumble recovery, blocks a field goal kick, then possesses the ball, that series is over. If the ball does not cross the neutral zone, the ball remains live because the offense can still pick it up and score. And then, as we said in our training tape video last week, whenever you have a different, unnormal situation, use your O2O to communicate that unusual situation. So point after attempt, I'm going to say the referee's whistle because the ball is dead right after a point after attempt kick is attempted. Successful or unsuccessful, nothing else could happen. Different in a field goal. So this is a field goal situation. I'm getting on the O2O and I'm saying back judge's whistle. So when that ball crosses the end line, we need the back judge blowing the whistle. Because if it doesn't cross the neutral zone, the ball remains live because the offense can still pick up the ball and advance to score. All right, so this is a good training tape. Again, we don't always want to learn from mistakes, but if this one mistake could prevent another 30 mistakes, this is the positive of the training tape. So if a blocked field goal, and since it's a field goal, the ball remains live if it stays behind the neutral zone. All right, so still live, still live. Here we have the inadvertent whistle. All right, so the ball is still in bounds. The ball is still live. We have an inadvertent whistle. Since it's during a legal kick play, the team that was last in possession has the option. Take the result of the play when the whistle was blown, which would be unsuccessful field goal going into the third overtime, or replay the down. So the offense did choose to replay the down. All right, so regardless of what happened on the next play, the purpose of this training tape, different situations, use the O2O to remind ourselves. Crews this week, if you don't have anything to talk about in a pregame, talk about overtime period rules. But I reached out to this crew to ask them if we could use this play. They said if it's going to make other officials better, absolutely. They had the courage to enforce it as written by rule, and hopefully this helps the crew prevent other mistakes in the future, not only on an inadvertent whistle, but again, when to use that O2O for crew communication. Well, that is our training tape 3 for the week for NFHS high school football. If you did enjoy this training tape, please subscribe, please like this, and share it with other sports officials. Share our YouTube channel with other coaches, with other fans. Because as we grow subscriptions, It allows us to grow as an association, as a YouTube channel, to continue to make this content available to the whole community. So thank you for taking time out with PSOA, and especially officials. Remember, you're only as good as your last call.